Hey everybody, today I want to talk to you about kids, little kids. And the reason is because 2 nights ago my 5-year-old son had an ear infection, and he had a low-grade fever. He was a little congested. He had started a cough that day. The next day was supposed to be his birthday party, and we were kind of sad that he was already not feeling well, and we were wondering, should we cancel his party? We had a ton of kids coming. We had like 30 kids coming over for him, and so anyways, at night he said, "Dad, my ear hurts," and I looked in there. It definitely looked infected, and his fever was going up. He had the glassy eye look. You guys know what it's like if you have kids. So we're thinking, all right, maybe we're gonna have to cancel the party. Now let me back off and tell you a little bit about chiropractic in little kids, because here's what causes ear infections. Usually it's infection of the fluid inside the ear. So some believe that infection causes fluid to build up. Some believe that the fluid builds up and sits stagnant and then gets infected. You decide which one's right for you. But either way, the best thing to do is get that thing to drain. Would you agree? So the bones in the upper neck, a nerve comes out of each segment. One of the nerves goes to the ear and controls a muscle called the tensor villi palatini muscle. Don't worry about how it's pronounced. But when that muscle tenses up, if there's pressure on the nerve and that muscle tenses up, it blocks drainage of the ear. The second bone in the neck, a nerve out of there goes to this muscle right here. Now that muscle, it has the anterior and posterior cervical chain of your lymphatic system. So lymph nodes will kind of get enlarged, and then if that muscle's real tight, it stops that lymph from draining, so it can back up into the sinuses on that same side and cause fluid to build up in the ear. So adjusting that area, relaxing that muscle, both of those muscles gets the ear to drain. So whether the problem is at C1 or C2, both need to be checked and adjusted. So, by the way, if you're wondering what the snake is and what this tree is, and then there's some predators behind me, this is actually our kids' room. This is where we adjust all the little kids who come see us, and it kind of puts them in a nice, comfortable environment. There's lots of toys here for us, for the kids to play with. I don't like Legos too much, but I do like playing with them. So I'll tell you the truth. Here's the thing. My little boy, my 5-year-old, "Dad, my ear hurts." It's around midnight. So I said, all right, let's check you. So I checked his neck. By now, he's grown up in a chiropractor's house. He knows anything goes wrong, first thing we do is check his spine and adjust. So I adjusted his neck. I also did an adjustment of the ear. When you pull the ear in a specific motion, it causes a pop. It opens the eustachian tube and gets the ear to drain that way too. So I checked C1, I checked C2, I adjusted his ear and those two bones. I said, "Son, you're gonna have to, go to bed and put up with it." So he woke me up a little bit later, and he said, "Dad, the ear hurts less." Okay, why'd you wake me up? He goes, "Because it's making noises. There's a lot of noise in my ear." I said, "I bet you it's just draining, so don't worry about it. Go back to bed." He went back to bed. He woke me up again a little bit later. I don't know what time it was. And he said, "Dad, my ear hurts a lot less." "Okay, are you feeling better?" "Yeah, it's almost gone." I said, "Why did you wake me up?" So anyways, so by morning it was gone, and he was less congested. He was feeling better, no fever. We had his party. 30 kids showed up. The house was in chaos and mayhem, and he ran around and ate junk food all day. At the end of the day, he was a little congested again, but the ear infection never came back. So for what it's worth, if your child has an ear infection or gets recurrent ear infections, or if you're thinking about putting those tubes in their ears, maybe you consider chiropractic care to get the ear to drain properly. Gravity pulls downward. Those tubes go in sideways. So for the ear to drain, you still have to tip the head that way for those tubes to work. But if you open the natural pathways of the ear, maybe it'll drain on its own. Maybe they'll be healthier. Maybe they'll be able to enjoy their life more. Something to think about. Thanks for joining us in the kids' room today. We'll see you later.